Welcome to Phil's James.
We need Kong. The world needs him to stop what's coming.
Hello, everybody. We're here today to talk about Godzilla versus Kong. So it's hello to Roly.
Hello.
And hi, Merv.
G'day.
Now, this is apparently the fourth in Legendary Pictures' MonsterVerse. It's dipping back all the way to 2014's Godzilla, if you can remember that one. But this is the first one to pit the two big guns against each other, Kong and Godzilla. When I say first one, there was a Japanese film in 1962 that did this, but this is the first one done by Legendary Pictures. Gents, what do you reckon? Roland?
Oh, just broadly, yeah. I thought it could have been a lot worse, right? It was, I don't know, it seemed reasonably concise. I got pretty bored with the little sub-stories. I thought the graphic effects were great, and I think there was a little bit of nuance in there and metaphor that we can get to that, I don't know, that, maybe I'll be interested to see if you guys picked up on the same things that I did.
Merv?
I left with a smile on my face. It was, as you said, not as bad as I feared. It was big, dumb, loud, but I actually quite enjoyed the music in it. It had a slight the second Tron film feel to it.
I'm trying to remember it now. Was it kind of rocky?
No,
in
it was
parts,
a bit more synthy, if I vaguely remember.
Yeah.
I don't really remember it. This just sounds awful, but I just remember leaving the movie going, I quite enjoyed the music in that.
You imagined I'd hate this, didn't you?
Yes, I'll be honest. Right. Everything about this film I thought Shady would hate.
Well, I didn't like the other ones. I mean, even Skull Island, a few people like that. I think Ben said he didn't mind it.
What year was Skull Island?
20.
But that was set
recently, 2019.
19. Okay, yeah. But that was set in the 70s.
No,
Mm.
it was because it's matched up with this film. He's back on that island, so it's only just before this film took place.
Well, either you're wrong,
go on,
or I'm wrong.
One of us is.
I've got a feeling the other film was set before, because one of the issues with this film, and one of the things that people have pulled apart on the internet, is the scale of Kong compared to Godzilla, right?
Sure.
So in relation to the other films, the previous Godzilla is like 300 feet tall, 330 feet tall, or something like that. Kong in the last movie was only 100 feet tall. So how did he get so big?
But how are they measuring that?
Oh, it comes up at the beginning on some of the little flash sequences where it says, because there's a bunch of these giants in the world that they know about. So the idea is, I thought, was that the previous film was set earlier. This is what I've read, but I can't remember. I'm not even sure I've seen Skull Island. It was set earlier, and he's had like 40 years to grow in the meantime.
I think there are characters that cross over, aren't there?
It's been, I've seen it once, and do you know? But then again, it makes sense if it was a bit earlier.
You mean he was a kid?
Otherwise, he was
teenage
it was said
Kong.
In the earlier film that he was a teenager, an adolescent, and he's still got plenty of room to grow. So they kind of set it up, but he wouldn't have grown. I mean,
maybe you're right, because I think the crossover characters are from the other Godzilla films.
Yes.
Is that right? So maybe that's...
So it would have been a pretty crap film if Kong was 1/3 of the size of Godzilla.
Sure.
And he can't shoot nuclear fire.
Yeah. Well, are you doing some backgrounding, Merv? Well, thank you. Good.
Check the background. Nice. I've got a graph here. I can show you a map here. As you can see, I've been doing my research for this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind. Forget about that.
Error.
Anyway, the aircraft carrier, right? Because all through this film, my brain is going, is he as big in this scene as he was in the scene before? Do you struggle with that in these movies at all?
No.
So anyway, the other big issue, the main issue here is...
The film, set in 1973.
That Skull Island one, was it?
Yeah, there we go.
So hang on. So they're assuming that he's growing all the time, this monkey, ape, Sorry.
He's no. Well, he'd have to. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, he is. He's been growing the whole time. But there's another problem.
Okay, go on.
So the whatever comes after the Nimitz class aircraft carrier, according to its water displacement, it should be able to carry about 100,000 tons of payload, something like that. How heavy is Godzilla?
I don't know about that.
He's about 90,000 tons.
And how much did you say that this thing could carry? 100,000?
Yeah, I think that's including the ship maybe, though. So the ship's massive.
Yeah.
So like any of these big creatures gets on one of these aircraft carriers, is dropping straight to the ocean. They can't both fit on there and keep it afloat.
You're assuming he's all bulk. Maybe he's just very hollowed inside.
Well, yeah, but it's all in the movie. See, when I think it was the 2019, maybe the 2014 movie, which I haven't seen.
Right.
They have it in the little computer screens how much he weighs and how tall he is.
Well,
and they have Kong in there as well.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch
little
of
segments.
in the credits and all that. There's kind of
in this film or in the 2014?
in one of the previous ones.
Well, set up like you imagine if you've got playing cards and on the card it says how big the creature is and
top trumps. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Football cards.
So there's that. But that's not the.
So that's not the worst.
I mean,
of
it was just a
these
little
movies.
bit. It was the one thing about the film that was unbelievable.
Oh, okay. Really?
the one.
Right. Do you know? Okay, a quick quiz. How many Godzilla films have been made in total?
I'm saying pushing 20.
8, you reckon? 20, you reckon?
Yeah, around 20.
Try 36.
Wow.
Yeah, mostly Japanese,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
four
that makes
American.
sense.
How many King Kong films?
Original King Kong Lives. Wasn't there a son of King
8.
Kong? 3, 4. If this would be 5.
I'm going to have to hurry you, Merv.
7.
12, including this one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the original
Jackson.
the original Kong versus Godzilla was actually called King Kong versus Godzilla, not Godzilla versus Kong. I wonder if that's an issue. They've switched that around. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So okay, just to go back to that initial assumption, Merv. Yeah, it wasn't brilliant, but I kind of enjoyed it.
Oh,
Like Roly said, it could have been a lot worse.
could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, the human characters were kind of
Terrible.
but they're sort of marginalised, which is what you need to do in this kind of film. That subplot with Bobby Brown, what's
Is
her name?
terrible.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Billy Bobby,
Millie? Yeah.
Millie Vanilli Bobby Brown, and
Yeah, that was awful. That
the
was
Kiwi dude. Yeah, that's. I mean, it had he sort of needed it, I suppose. So
every
they could
time it
get
went
to this
back there, I
point.
was just like, oh, this again?
Move on,
No, let's
yeah.
get back to the fun stuff.
That was the weakest of the two human joints. But then again, the lead human in this is so dull, isn't he? Skarsgård, Alexander Skarsgård, the professor.
They're not really there for a good reason, are they?
No,
What did you think of the Hollow Earth?
brilliant. I quite. That's the best part of it for me. What do you think, Merv?
I enjoyed it, though. I was trying to figure out. This is where the plot hole kind of hit me. Outside the terrible security that Apex has,
Yes.
and
It
just
is
lets
pretty
these three
bad,
completely
yeah.
incompetent
Yeah, yeah.
morons just wander through there.
Yep.
So he's a fringe, slightly disgraced scientist, Skarsgård.
Yeah.
He's kind
apparently.
of a bit of a nutter
Yeah, he's written a book. Yeah.
about the Hollow Earth and all that.
Sure.
But we've got $1 billion facility that allows you to go into it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So you think
Unless
it's
I missed something completely.
You think it's a fringe idea, but they've made this
Yes.
fucking great. Yeah.
Oh, well,
Facility.
but that kind of plays into him, his idea that all that conspiracy theorist thing, like, I think there's aliens and that the US government has got aliens out at Area 51, and then they have got out aliens at Area 51. There's a whole facility there. It's like, well, he's not going to be surprised by that.
Right, but this is a company making that, isn't it?
Yes, no, it's not. It's
Apex.
this fringe theory, but there is $1 billion gateway, and we've sent his brother and crews and all that.
Mind
it
you-
seems to be a theory that people are willing to spend billions of dollars on,
Yeah, but it's
Well,
not.
it's
not-
fringe according to the general population, though,
Yeah.
not to the people in the know that are the scientists, obviously, and
The thousands of people it would have taken to build
yeah,
it.
But
basically.
did you notice that once they get past the initial, I don't know, the first couple of 100 meters, it just looks like a kind of empty room that he's swinging off shit. Did you notice that? It's like they
Looks like
stopped
a mine site or
Yeah,
something.
like they stopped production on it. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe they run out of cash.
How did they get out of there in the first place? That's
Back up to Hong Kong, I think.
Ah,
Because
yeah,
what's his name? Blew a
Godzilla.
yeah.
poor old Hong Kong, hey.
Oh.
Do you think it was just a very? Do you think it's not a bit of a sneaky little political thing here? The fact that two superpowers, Kong really is America, right?
Yes, he's the
He's
West.
America's
Yeah.
monster, and then you've got the Japanese monster, Godzilla, which might just stand for all of Asia, in a way.
Careful.
Oh, they're fighting words there.
These two creatures are battling it out. The flashpoint is in Hong Kong. Do you not think there's something a little bit strange about that?
I think I'm kind of half with you there. I thought maybe that the filmmakers decided to use Hong Kong as a fucking destruction point so that the Chinese audience would grow a little for this film, possibly.
Because I don't recall seeing any Chinese production company in this.
But still, they want to move it there. They want to get bums on seats, don't they?
Yes, yeah, but it's not the usual, like, what was the last film I watched?
I don't think it's made for Chinese audiences necessarily.
But they would be happier to see Hong Kong getting the shit kicked out of it than, say, Beijing or, well, that's a bad example because it's not a port. I don't know, Shanghai, for example.
Well, for that matter, they're probably happy to see Godzilla get the shit kicked out of it as well. Maybe
Why? Godzilla
because
himself.
Godzilla's Japanese.
I see. Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
Mecha Godzilla represents
Spoiler!
represents China.
But then that's okay. Well, maybe we're stretching a bit.
Either
here.
way, Hong Kong gets the raw end of the deal,
doesn't it? Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun.
And I just thought it was interesting that they chose that as the city for these superpowers to battle over.
Yeah. Yeah, no need. It could have been any port city, really, couldn't it, in the world? Yeah, why would this American company Apex have a huge facility in Hong Kong
Well, I
and
think
not
they're a global
San Francisco? There we go. Yeah.
One thing from the research. Well, I won't say I did the research. Someone on the internet's already done the research. Just with that boat thing and the aircraft carrier, there was one ship.
Let's come back to that,
There was
Rolly.
one ship. No, just before I forget, because this is important.
Okay.
People will love this. There is one ship we know of that could support both monsters fighting realistically.
What's this?
Tell
me.
Guess what it is.
What is it? Oh, fuck, I don't know. I don't know my ships. What do you know any ships, Merv?
Not the shit that got stuck
It's
in
the Evergreen ship. What was it called? The Ever something.
they got stuck in the Suez Canal.
The company was called Evergreen from
Okay.
the Suez Canal ship. That massive container ship.
Yeah.
Take all the containers off. You can fit both monsters and their weight quite easily. Thank you. Now we can move on.
Tumbleweeds.
That was a long way, but I like that.
Thanks. Now, okay, tell me about this Ghidorah thing with the three heads.
Oh, yeah, he was in the last film.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's who Godzilla fought in the last film.
In Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yes.
Okay. So that one that goes back to that. They've got the skull, at least
Yes.
one skull of that
Yes.
in their facility. What the fuck? How does this thing telepathically take control of the Mecha Godzilla? If that's what happened.
I was wondering if... Was the other skull in Mechagodzilla?
Oh. Rolly.
No, it was in the room. It was
Yes,
in,
but was the other skull...
but they had all the wires connected to that other skull, right?
But the
I
three-
think the idea is they can extract, they've got the skull, they've got some DNA kind of stuff that they can mimic through the skull somehow and feed and probably replicate parts of the old animal's DNA in the
Right.
new animal.
It had the telepathic... It had the capacity
Okay.
to transmit the data
Okay.
quickly enough to...
I mean, that's for me. That's more of a problem than what size of boat. Sorry, Rolly, to shit on your idea.
I'm just telling you the facts. You do with them what you will.
Okay. Now, okay, who were you guys supporting in this? I mean,
I'll be
in
honest,
the title fight.
I was a bit on Godzilla's side.
Rolly?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to look at. I wasn't supporting either of them, but I know that basically all of the audience, apart from Merv, is going to be drawn to supporting Kong because of his humanness vibe, and that's the idea. That's what they're playing off in the whole thing. That you want to go for Kong, but Godzilla's kind of more powerful. But then it's kind of. I actually didn't mind the way they played them off against each other in that way. The way that they really left, without spoiling it, not really liking each other at the end still.
Okay, for future possible antagonism, yeah. Well, why did you prefer... Why were you on Godzi's side?
Oh, no. Godzilla was just a genuine badass.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. He is the better monster.
He'd probably beat... In a fair fight, he's got that laser crap coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, and he should have drowned Kong in the first fight. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Kong's lucky.
Is he a bit dumb, though? Is that his Achilles heel, that he's just a bit thick?
He's single-minded.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
He has one purpose, and that is to be the apex creature on the planet.
Yeah, whereas the primate, Godzilla can't use any tools, and I think that was an important part of this, of the fact that Kong's now got a tool
And he
that
can learn,
picks up.
and he
Which
learns
he
sign
only
language.
can use properly if Godzilla charges it for him.
Yeah. Well, he can always just swing it round.
Yeah, well, why
actually,
not?
even in the first scene, he does that quite successfully with a tree.
Oh, yes.
So, and that was a good
The
first
Truman
scene.
Show.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
How massive, again, back to scale, how
Yeah.
massive must that enclosure be?
Island covering.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably could take a good 50 years to build.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a few little things there.
That's about 50 years.
But,
isn't it?
they can also build a tunnel to the centre of the Earth, so I guess...
Yeah.
And all they need to do is hire Godzilla for 10 minutes.
Well, why did he get so angry as to burn a fucking great hole in the earth?
Because he sensed
he sensed that.
King Kong down there.
No, didn't he sense the beginning of that energy source? That they tapped into that or something?
Yeah, and the fact I think Kong got the big axe and all that, so
Right.
suddenly he sensed the bigger threat.
Okay.
I wonder, do you think it'd be a cool film if they came out with a prequel that just showed the war between the Godzillas and the Kongs?
Oh, you reckon
in
there are
Middle-earth?
more...
With hobbits and shit as well. Hobbits and dwarves and elves down there, and
they
they're all
are.
playing together.
Is
Tolkien,
there anything in Middle-earth that could rack up against these boys? Maybe those trees?
dragons. They've got the dragons.
No, they burn.
there's what's his name? Schmorgel? What's that dragon name?
Sauron.
No, that's
and the
not
army of
It's not a
orcs.
dragon, is it?
Yeah,
What's the dragon's name?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Smaug.
thought you had it.
There you go,
had it,
Smaug. Yeah. No, Schmeagol is the golem, isn't
Oh,
it?
that's right.
I don't like those movies, so.
Sure.
Sorry, but Hollow Earth. Just with no humans, just the creatures.
But do you think there were more Godzillas and more...
I think
Well, there's
Kongs?
definitely more
That's the
Kongs.
idea,
The
that-
whole point is there was a race of Kongs down
there has to be more. I mean, you can't get the
no,
chicken
no.
with no egg, right?
there. I'm not 100% sure about other Godzillas. It was kind of implied, but definitely Kong. I mean, the whole monkey. Who made the monkey statues?
Ape statues.
Ape statues.
The way I see it, evolution probably works the same down there.
You'd
but,
imagine. That was a really... I like the way that he dived through the gravity... What would you call that? The gravity well? No. What,
Oh,
where
well,
the
the centre
rocks-
point where there's
Yeah, that's
an
great.
anti-gravity effect because you're in the middle of the
Sure. And
Earth's
the rocks were
gravity.
just sort of hanging in the middle there, and that was great.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And there's
Yeah.
that, as he floats across, there's that sculpture of the hand. That's
yeah.
another... there's a lot of references to that in this film, like the
Okay.
hand of God from that famous painting. Is
Ah.
it Leonardo? Maybe not. But
Yeah, it's in the Sistine.
and also when the
Yeah,
little
yeah.
girl's touching the finger.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get to your ideas of the themes of the deep stuff. But actually, before we do that, sorry, did you have anything else?
No, the main one. No, I didn't.
shit.
No, I think I've already done it. It was really just that Hong Kong thing. It's like,
right, okay.
They've actually kind of done something a bit cheeky here.
Right.
And what are they actually trying to say with it?
Yeah. Okay.
And that I'm still a bit confused at.
Did do you guys think that this is one of the films in recent history where the evil dude actually has a pretty good point, and it seems quite sensible?
Pity was such a twat.
Yeah, okay.
That we need to be able to destroy these big monsters that are...
Yeah.
Right, they're trying to find the... they're trying to get a Mechagodzilla to be able to protect... It seemed like it was... Okay, apart from they wanted this energy source to probably do nefarious things with, right? But their face value, their plan seemed commendable almost.
Well, it sort of plays into that idea of an international arms race and the inevitability of it, maybe.
Yeah.
Why do you want this large weapon almost as a deterrent to stop future attacks when you can't be protected by your protector who's separate and got a mind and ideas of their own?
Because as soon as that goes tits up, then that renders that point sort of null and void, doesn't it? But if that Mechagodzilla hadn't gone haywire and they could control it, that's...
here in Australia, if we could build a Mechagodzilla instead of relying on the US, for instance,
Sure,
for our protection from
who?
bad states, say, in the future, would you be into that?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Deep.
It's a good idea, though. Then again, I suppose you could say, like, some of the younger ones, the girl who's doing the sign language with Kong and Milli Vanilli Bobby Brown, they were always saying, look, why did you have to push it? They were fine if we just left them where they are. So I guess they're kind of coming across a bit on the side of nature in that aspect.
So then are the adults in the room, though, saying, wasn't the last creature that came to attack, wasn't he from outer space or something? They're saying, instead of saying, well, what if Godzilla doesn't want to protect us next time? What are we going to do then?
What came from outer space?
The other three-headed thing?
I'm trying to remember. They were sealed. They were sealed in something or other.
I thought they were all from the hollow Earth. So some of them actually came from outer space?
I can't remember.
Jesus, I didn't know this.
Let's be honest. You watch these films, you enjoy them, then you completely forget them.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. Yeah,
I can't remember.
It's very important to stay on top of this.
The idea of an outside threat, I guess. And,
right.
And if Godzilla decides not to help you out, then you've got nothing.
Yeah, but Godzilla goes, that's not worth my attention.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
So yes, I think you're right. It does. The guy did have a point in building Mechagodzilla, but he just went about it all the wrong way. Right?
Yeah, a little bit of decent security might have worked.
Yeah, true.
Could have helped.
And so those guys, those three, sort of let's call them the sort of
Three Stooges.
The Three Stooges, the not so interesting human subplot. They went in a machine from where? San Francisco to Hong Kong. Where was it?
No, it was Florida.
Oh, was it?
Yes,
Florida to Hong Kong.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was near that the big military base. I can't remember. It's on the Gulf Coast.
Okay.
Pentecostal or something like that.
Right. So that they went straight through the Earth. Is that right?
No. I think that was just a
Tron tunnel.
Subsurface.
Yeah, like a high speed mag train or something like that.
Mag train. Nice.
Yeah.
Maglev.
It's like Tesla's boring company.
Right.
On steroids.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, now it makes a lot more sense to me now, guys. Thanks for helping fill in the gaps. Do you have anything?
How it was not nominated for an Oscar, I don't know.
It should win something for its graphics.
I got something here.
Oh, come on.
Graphics were fine, but they weren't.
Look, that's the best monster fight I've seen in the film.
Oh yeah.
Go on, Rolly. What's this?
Oh, the Slurpee green juices. That was pretty good when he rips the head off that. In Hollow Earth. No, but that wasn't there. There was something more interesting. I've just got it as a little side note here.
Okay.
Does the film represent capitalism as a force of destruction?
Ooh. Well, you're saying as in Kong being the West and Godzilla being the East.
Well, this way, Kong's really about back to nature kind of thing, and the forces of I don't know.
Well, but then you'd have to. It's probably capitalism versus nature, I suppose.
The Apex,
but it's not,
the company, are they about profit though? in this film, or are they
No.
really about saving humanity?
Well, yes. Face value, yes.
Or are they about one man's ego?
Well, they wanted that energy source. So that could be the capitalist giant against the titans, the monsters that are
I agree with the ego statement.
nature.
It was an ego. It's the attitude of humans are the apex on the planet.
But then,
But are we?
Hence the title of the...
so if I start thinking in those terms, and then I'm seeing Hong Kong get destroyed, I'm a little concerned again.
Because...
As
lot of
as a
people got
symbol
killed.
of capitalism
A lot of people got killed in Hong Kong.
being
Sure.
taken down. Yeah,
It would have been millions dead.
Millions dead.
Yeah.
yeah.
Shocking.
And these other forces, they don't give a fuck about that.
The other forces such as
Like Kong, Godzilla,
Mechagodzilla,
and
and Apex, you're saying?
Apex. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not. Yeah, none of them are really trying not to, to do minimal harm to the environment.
That's
I guess, are
true,
they?
yeah. Yeah, no, there was no worries about
But
destroying
it's
the
all.
buildings.
Why has it all gone wrong? Is the question. What's distorted the natural order of things that has made? I think I'm actually trying to think too deeply about a
maybe
film
it's- maybe
that
it's-
doesn't.
They let Hong
Warrant
Kong,
it?
they let King Kong out.
Yeah,
Maybe
they
it's
should have
more...
kept him incarcerated forever.
Maybe it's a sort of I don't know, reflection of today's society, that it's more about sort of fucking anarchy and nihilism than anything this versus that.
I think
Perhaps.
these films have always been about that in a sense, maybe. And that first scene where he's in a natural environment that suddenly it gets revealed as an artificial environment makes that kind of clear. Like we've corrupted nature. It's that corruption of nature sort of theme that runs through them all.
Through the beginning to now,
But maybe that's something generic to monster movies.
Certainly
Well,
to Godzilla
the whole
films.
the whole history of Godzilla is very much the post-war
Yeah.
Even if you-
suffering from the nuclear devastation and rebuilding out of that, and just how easy a nuclear bomb takes out your society. And Godzilla's always been the nuclear bomb.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even if you go back to Frankenstein, I guess the theme is still, that part of the theme is still
Science
there.
is bad.
Science is bad. Nature's good.
Right.
Don't fuck it up.
On that note, anything final to add, Merv?
Just the music was by Junkie XL, which is a guy called Tom Holkenborg,
Okay.
who
Cool.
also does a lot of the music for the DC films. Which
Oh,
I
really?
do not remember.
Okay.
But yes, it was very synth heavy, and I don't know, I thought it played a interesting role
okay.
in the film.
I thought it was very loud, the whole thing, but maybe
That's a
that's
monster
just-
movie. I wanted to be loud.
I think that was the
Yes.
first thing I said to you after that film. How's your ears?
Yeah, that's right. You all right, dear? How's your ears going? Yeah, we're getting on. We're getting on,
It
aren't we?
It was quite loud.
Yeah. Well, gents, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Not a problem.
That's a long pause.
Merv's now just looking at his
Yeah,
phone.
what's
saying,
going on?
Oh,
No,
what, are
I'm
we
trying to
doing
read about
something
the
now?
guy who created King Kong.
You've
I'm
clocked
just seeing
off.
if he was what his politics were.
That's called research.
Yeah, I know.
Before
well,
the fact.
I didn't know it's going anywhere like this.
All right, let's end this.
All right. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye.
It's Godzilla.
Just wait a little while. Rolling and welcome to Film Shapes.
That was terrible.
It didn't sound like the word at all.
too English.
I thought Merv's was quite good. I could understand it.
No, I just wanted to be more roary than actual. Because people know what the fucking words are. Let's do it.
Do they?